So it is already the middle of January of 2025, and we have yet another example of Robert De Niro going on another rant about the ongoing criticism toward himself as an actor, and specifically as an actor that got way too involved in politics throughout 2024. As you all know, he went on all of those vocal rants live on television, and it really steered a lot of fans away from his work that don't even want to watch his past material, whether it's The Godfather Part 2, or Goodfellas, or Raging Bull, or among others out there that he is very well known for, and matters only got worse just recently. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new, and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. So one thing about Robert De Niro is that he takes his work very seriously. In fact, he gets very easily offended when you criticize his work, or when you criticize the fact that he gets way too involved in politics, or when you criticize himself as an actor, where he's way up there in age as it is, and he's not really all that passionate, by the way, about his material. He's really doing this all for essentially the money at this point. But what's interesting here has a lot more to do with how Robert De Niro is doubling down yet again on playing a mobster. Now, one thing is that we know that Warner Brothers no longer wants to work with him beyond The Alto Nights. That was basically his last mobster movie via WB, and basically CEO David Zaslav is distancing himself away permanently from Robert De Niro after he made all those viral comments. Now, this is where matters get even more interesting. Now, one thing about Robert De Niro is that we know that he continues to make matters worse for himself as an actor. He keeps digging a further hole into the ground for his career. Now, with Robert De Niro officially labeled as one of the most disliked actors now in 2025, and after getting axed from multiple projects by WB and other studios, one major development now involves more to do with De Niro and his recent behavior, where he reacted to the criticism to his new movie called The Alto Nights by WB. De Niro delivered the following: "I don't think America really understands cinema anymore and what it means to portray a gangster on screen, and now that we are in 2025, I think I am getting a bad rep all because I expressed my concerns with politics and how that's now slipping its way into my newest film, The Alto Nights. The criticism that I have been getting over this film is nothing more than driven by politics and those on the other side of the country that have no clue what they are talking about and how uneducated they really are. This is a very special film where I get to play two characters, two gangsters that have a true motive in this fine piece of art, but to have so many critics labeling my work as inauthentic or flawed, all because I made my politics very clear in 2024, it's not only disgusting coming from my followers, but also from those that have no clue what it takes to be an actor and to prepare for the role. I think I am getting very tired of this new trend of those in the public making the actors out to be the bad guys or the villains, as if they have this agenda that they want to force into society. It's just a big fat lie coming from those people, and those very people are my critics. My critics aren't true critics, however. They are just those that reject my politics. And no, I will not back down with my beliefs, and I won't slow down with my thoughts on how I feel about the 2024 election loss. I think the American people need to educate themselves. But the criticism over my new film is unwarranted. There is no backbone to that criticism. So I think it's time for many people to keep their mouths shut and just wait for the film to arrive to see how it performs. I think I'm the only actor in this business that holds the ability to play two mobsters in one movie, so I think I deserve more respect that I earned and worked for. So, guys, before I move on about De Niro and his most recent rant about not just the Alto Nights, but his expression for politics, is that he is going on to say that I'm the only actor that can play two mobsters or two characters in one movie. There are many actors that have done this before in the past. Many actors that have played two characters, maybe even more, in one movie. So I don't know where he's coming from or where he even has the audacity to say something like that. It just reeks of pure self, importance and how he views himself as the all high and mighty actor still in 2025. If you guys go ahead and check out the Alto Nights trailer, there's a moment in there that just made me chuckle, where you have Robert De Niro looking at Robert De Niro, right, playing two different characters, one of course being Frank Costello. and he says, "I'm a gangster. That's it. That's the life," or "That's my life." There's something about it that just made me chuckle, because he had that rant live on television where he yelled, "You are gangsters. You are gangsters." So, moving onwards, alright, he goes on to continue spewing more nonsense, where he delivers the following: "People need to respect me for what I sacrificed for this role. It was a very tough role to play these two characters and getting into the mindset of two mobsters. So for anyone judging my acting capability, why don't you act and see what it's like, because clearly the criticism is just coming from your view in politics, and that's just terrible behavior coming from grown adults. Actors deserve more respect now that we are in 2025. So again, here he goes again, saying how actors need more respect, I deserve more respect, everything is about me, me, me. That's basically what De Niro is saying here. And he's becoming quite insufferable as Rachel Zegler from the upcoming Snow White remake at this point. But again, Robert De Niro, I think his mobster movie days are well, over with. I don't even know why he's doing more. I thought The Irishman from Netflix was just subpar. I really did not like it. It was 3 hours way too long, and it just didn't really resonate with me as one that has, watched his work before in the past, whether it's Goodfellas or Godfather 2, Raging Bull, whatever it may be. But in the mobster movie case, I think it's over. He doesn't really have to do this anymore. He shouldn't do this anymore. It truly just seems out of place, especially when you watch that trailer. Maybe you guys will disagree with me on that, but that's just my opinion. He goes on to conclude, actors deserve more respect. We are just like the everyday working man and woman. So anyone disrespecting me and how I act in my latest work, there really holds no reason to do that when you do your research. You are all just driven by politics, and now you have to attack one's work to get your point across. Just look at how juvenile that is. Just think about that for a second, will ya? Just listen to yourselves. People will come crawling back once this film is a success, mark my words. So, again, De Niro obviously getting very, very personal about his work, getting very easily offended by the critics about his movie The Alto Knights. And look, the criticism toward this film, it really doesn't have much to do with the politics. I mean, maybe a small margin does, yes. But really, I think people are just tired of Robert De Niro playing all these mobster roles, and especially now that he's playing two characters in one film, it just seems a little off to me. It almost comes off as somewhat light, comedic in a way. It just seems very odd. I really can't put any words into this, but we know that The Alto Knights by WB, it really is going to be quite an interesting thing to see how it performs at the box office, whether or not it's going to be a massive hit. I just don't think it will be. That's just my opinion there. We'll have to wait and see how the test screenings go. We'll talk more about that in the coming days. But again, Robert De Niro getting very personal with his politics, getting very personal with his work in The Alto Knights, saying how he deserves respect. Look, nobody deserves respect unless it's earned, and truly earned. And even at that, people have to make up their own decisions, right? So, I would like to hear what everyone has to say about De Niro and his rant, what you thought about the trailer, The Alto Knights. Honestly, what are your thoughts on that? And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.